So I have the infamous no crank, no start. First thing I thought, let me check the battery and the fuses and the relays. I swapped the fuses and the relays for the PCM, for the starter, and related areas. I swapped, since the relays were all the same, I swapped relays with like fog lights, for the more important system uh, components, rather than, switching one system component with another, for the relay or the fuses. So I switched it to things that were relevant to starting the car, at least what appears to me would be irrelevant to starting the car. So the issue I have, press the brake, says we're in park. Press the start button, everything blacks out. We'll give it a moment here. We're in park. Just by itself, it'll just come back on. We'll try to start it again. I try to listen for any noises or hints that something may or may not be happening. So let's see what we get. I don't hear anything, no hums, no buzzes. I thought I was hearing like a hum perhaps, and then it comes back on. So my car was actually in the way, so since I had that issue, what you have to do if you need to move it is you need to put it in accessory mode. Make sure the accessory light is on, or you hear the chime or it says active. But you'll know you're in accessory mode because then you can engage. Once you depress the brake pedal, you can engage the shifter. I know my shifter is off a little bit. Sometimes when I try to put it in the park, it's still in reverse, even though it's all the way forward. But that doesn't seem to be the issue. I don't think. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to get to the bottom of it. But the car is registering that I'm in park. So I'm going to turn the accessory off. And then I'm going to, it gives me the message to press the brake. So I heard the hum, which is the fuel pump. But the starter did not start the vehicle. So, and then it resets. Now that's interesting because that's never happened before. Now the mirror went back into place. Perhaps because I went forward in reverse. Let's see if it starts now. Yeah, that's very weird. Let me see. Oh shit. Look at that. So I finally got a reaction now that the mirror is working. Shit. Sounded really weak though. Let's try that again. So you have to put it in accessory. So when you press the start button and then you hit accessory, it doesn't go. You have to hit accessory again. So I was playing with this, and I've seen a lot of people in videos play with this, and it doesn't really work for them, So then here, and then I had let it turn off. The mirror moved. Let me turn off the accessory. Wow. 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 I don't know what to say. Wow. So I was playing with it for 45 minutes, and there was a change in a sequence. The change in the sequence was the mirror moved. Obviously, I noticed that right away because that mirror is never in the right spot. I gotta adjust it every time. And once I saw that move, okay, maybe things are changing. So I checked the fuses and the relays. I switched them around. I was still getting nothing for still 30 minutes. That was the first thing I did. You can see a battery charger there. Just the simple stuff. I always check that first. Even though I know the battery was fine, still, why not, right? So, wow. It definitely doesn't sound happy. I mean, the car served its purpose. It's got 265,000 miles on it. Interesting. Let's see what. So we're running at 14.1, which is a little low. We want to be at 14.4. Timer's off. The car, since I was messing with the fuses and relays, has completely been reset. So I can tell because my averages are at 0 instead of reading, something. Okay, so now the voltage is correct, 14.4. Like I said, it should be not a smidge higher or lower. You don't want to undercharge. The car's running very, very rough. So I'm gonna take a look at that. I'm a decent mechanic myself, but I'm not really good, when it comes to these more complicated electrical schemes. I've heard people say that they had to replace a module in the trunk. I've heard that they said there was a bad switch in the passenger door. A guy said he let his window down, which you can see mine was down. It was raining, he let it down, took it to the dealership, obviously had it towed because it wasn't working, and then that's what they said was that it was like the door switch or whatever. So when you start hearing all those stories, you start to wonder, like, what is it? What's going on? When it gets that complicated, I kind of check out things that may or may not help your cause. I turn the radio off, and I turn the climate control off as well. It's interesting that the trip stuff reset, but the computer didn't, the radio didn't, I'm sorry. So perhaps when I pulled the relay and fuses for the ECM or the PCM, it reset that, but since I didn't mess with the fuses for the radio or just completely disconnect the battery, it didn't mess with anything with that. So I took the whole day off of work. It looks like I'll be able to go back to work, maybe. My understanding is that this problem's going to be intermittent, and let's see. So if after an hour, I might not be able to restart it. I'm not even sure what the situation's going to be. But I guess I'll find out sooner or later. But there we have it. We're back low on volts again, but I guess it is what it is, huh? Well, I know that doesn't really help anybody because I didn't have to do anything. But XM satellite still works, so that's fine. Wow. Well, you guys saw for yourself the no crank, no start. I gave you the sequences. What I did seemed like going from park to reverse or neutral instead of going all the way down. kind of did something. I don't know. So good luck. But if I find anything else out, I'll let you know.